Hello, I am Ryan right now, and welcome to a tag response video. This is a response to CrazyGamesDude, great YouTuber on here, video game collector, hitting up the Goodwills. I've been watching his channel for a while now. Ever since he really first started up, I've been watching his channel. So you all should go check him out and check out this tag, because he asks, what from your collection, your video game collection, like what item did you used to have that you don't have anymore? Like maybe something you had as a kid that your parents sold at a garage sale, or you lost it, or left it at a friend's house or something, or maybe something recently that you sold or got rid of or traded that you wish you didn't, kind of second thoughts about it. So yeah, what from your collection did you used to have that you don't have anymore that you wish you still did? And I have two answers that I want to give out. One old one and one recent one. When I was a kid, my first system ever was an Atari 5200. Of course, anybody that knows about the Atari 5200, its downfall was the controller. The controller sucked balls. Well, I was lucky enough, and of course I didn't know this at the time. I was 5 years old when I got it. But I had the third-party controllers. That was like the third-party joystick, and it connects to a separate numerical thing with the blue keys, and then that plugs into the Atari. Let's see if I can get an image of it right here somewhere. Yeah, that. See, the thing is like the third-party controllers are really rare and hard to find now. And it's not really the joystick part, it's that middle numerical part with the blue buttons. Those go for like 50 bucks or more a piece on eBay these days. Just the numerical pads alone. Because the joystick was a normal Atari plug, like a Genesis, that universal plug. But it was that numerical piece that's a pretty rare item. And I had it as a kid, and what happened to that Atari was, we gave it away to a family friend, who had a kid, just because I had my Genesis or Nintendo at the time. So yeah. But those controllers really weren't, they were analog controllers, joysticks, but they still didn't work. I know they sucked with Pac-Man. I could not play Pac-Man with those controllers. You'd always just get stuck in the corner and, you'd be jerking it. Those analog joysticks did not work with Pac-Man. But it did work good with Missile Command. That's what I played the most. It worked alright with Pole Position, but yeah, I wish I still had the whole system, because I had a whole bunch of games too. But it's those controllers that are the rare things that I was like, oh, because hindsight as an adult, like I just learned this a few years ago how valuable they were, how rare they were, and I was like, oh, I had those, so yeah, that's the only reason, I'm not really after an Atari 5200 unless I can get controllers that work for it. Anyway, so yeah, that's one thing. And then, more recently, this past year, since I started collecting pretty heavily, it's been like my main hobby, video game collecting. Back when I first started, it wasn't about collecting. It was just about getting the games that I had as a kid, reliving some memories, the nostalgia, just getting the games that I really, had memories for, a feeling for that I wanted to get. So, but of course, going out to Goodwills, you find other stuff. You never know what you're going to find, and you just end up picking it up. And at the time, I was like, since I'm going out so much, the stuff that I don't want or whatever, I just sell off on eBay, and I still do that, but not so much. Now it's more like doubles and stuff that I really don't want. Like I'm really collecting for a few systems, NES, Genesis, but pretty much everything. I'm collecting games for everything, but back then I was only collecting for like the Genesis and the NES and like the PlayStation, and then like then Super Nintendo, you know, and then Dreamcast, and it just snowballed until I'm collecting for everything. You know how it goes. But anyway, so I digress. This is also one of my best finds. I was at a Goodwill in Seattle, and in the electronics video games section on the shelf, it was upside down. It was a Dreamcast arcade stick, the official one. Let's get a picture of that with the green buttons and everything. And it was upside down, and I noticed the plug first. And I was like, oh wait, that looks like, you know, video game system. And then, you know, I noticed kind of I wasn't too familiar with the Dreamcast at the time. I didn't think I had one, but I did not have the AV cables yet, so I had not played it yet. Which is another reason why, you know, I ended up getting rid of it. So yeah, it was only like $5 or $6, and those things, I sold it. I sold it on eBay, and it went for, I don't know, $60, 55, 60, somewhere in there. You know, they go up to 80. You know, new in-box ones go for, you know, 100 or more. But anyway, I wish I still had that, because that was a good arcade stick. I mean, the buttons and the joystick, it felt like an actual arcade cabinet. They had that nice click to them, that nice soft like arcade button click. You know, just nice. You know, tap tap tap. Oh man. And now that I'm playing my Dreamcast a lot more, you know, I've been playing Soul Calibur, of all games, a lot, mostly on my Dreamcast. And, man, and you know, I sold it because I knew I was going to get a nice profit off of it. I bought it for like $5 or $6, sold it for like, you know, 50, 60 bucks. So that's why I sold it. You know, I wasn't into really the Dreamcast so much, you know, I couldn't find the AV cables for it, and you know, and fighting games aren't really my favorite genre, and you know, that's what you really want those six, but man, yeah, I wish I still had that. But yeah, so those are my answers. They're both controllers. But whatever. So yeah, CrazyGamesDude, thanks for the tag. You know, I'm not really gonna tag anybody, but I know there's some guys that have some good stories out there. Bithead 1000, I know you've got a good answer for this question, and I'm sure you know, Mike Gardner might, maybe Sandom Todd. I don't know. You've got a lot of stuff. You might have completed. You might have everything that you've ever, you know. I don't know, but if you have an answer, hey. Not officially tagging anybody, you know, I feel kind of uncomfortable, like, hey, do a video! But, you know, my friends here on YouTube, CrazyGamesDude, he's a good guy. Check out his tag. I'll leave a link to his tag video below. And thanks for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying your summer. See you guys later.